Paint Night Podcast is about getting to know the artist behind the painting. Our mission is to provide a platform where artists come together to create art and share their stories. Thank you for joining us and supporting the arts. Let's see. I am going to double check the YouTubes, make sure it's good. Do you want any music playing in the back?
No.
No? Let's see. Paint Night Podcast. That looks good. Cool. I think I'm sort of happy with where I'm going now, finally-ish.
Yeah.
Sounded so confident.
Would you end up changing up?
I was gonna have her shoulder like over her body, like this, but I really like the hands out back. And then have, oh shit, I'm on this. I really like drawing hands. I think they're really cool and important in like the tiny, intricate thing. Well, how do I explain? So, when I started sketching in pen, I did it as more of a challenge. Like, I did not use a pencil at all because I would need a pencil and line paper in order to sketch and do everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured in order to challenge myself, I would take up just pen drawings and sketch during church when I was bored. And so I kept breaking all of the paper by erasing so much because I kept changing my mind. So I would go to this pen method where it was like, you can't go back. And after like 1,000 times of failed, awful, kill me now monster people were made, I just kind of, I don't know. I did from portrait up and I would just mix things into it. And lately I'm trying to do from butt to arms up lately. And then eventually I want to work on feet and how to get the legs right. I'm still like iffy about legs and feet. I just don't know where to place them most of the time. Hands
That's
I'm getting
fair.
somewhat decent at.
Yeah.
Ish.
Not the easiest thing in the world to draw, that's for sure.
Fuck no, they aren't.
What up, Kendra? Paint night indeed. And it was paint day as well. My paint day rolled right into paint night. So much so that I kind of misgauged time and didn't make it to a family function. But I'm sure they'll all forgive me. Or not. Whatever. Trying to get this thing finished so I can move on to something better. Hey, Ma. Good. I'm glad it's all good. I'm sure everybody understood.
How do you make it look so smooth when you're doing the little short strokes?
What do you mean?
Well, I guess you're just kind of smashing your brush into it.
It's dry brush method. You just use little bits of paint and then work very lightly. Like, it sounds like I'm beating the shit out of it. And I mean, I am essentially destroying my brush, but that's how I get the kind of like foggy layers.
You're kind of like airbrushing it. I noticed you work that way with Photoshop too.
Yep.
I don't know why, but I get really impatient with that.
Yep. Most people do. For what I do, you need a lot of patience. It's building up layer after layer.
Damn it, I made her look like a zombie by accident.
Beginning stage.
It's not bad though. Like this greenish color I'm kind of digging, but I know it's all gonna have to change again.
Well, it's, I mean, if you were going to just be doing a portrait or a Caucasian woman or a woman of lighter skin tone, green is the tone that you'd want for an underpainting anyhow.
Like the olive-ish tone kind of deal?
Yes.
Okay. That
And
makes
then
sense.
you put skin tones over it, and that's how you get the true, like, Caucasian look.
How would you do something for like my skin?
I would start with a burnt umber, or like more of like yellow ochres and burnt umber reds, and then go lighter over that.
That's kind of like a darkish orange-ish tint, right?
No,
Or am
it's
I
like
wrong on
it's like a brick orange, or like a brownish red or reddish brown.
Okay. Isn't orange just dark brown though? Or
Rethink that.
I mean,
collect your thoughts, center yourself, repose the question.
I mean, isn't brown just dark orange is what I mean. You know what I mean? Like,
no,
it's like a brownish in between the red and orange.
You can. I mean, if you start adding like black and some dark brown and stuff like it, or dark brown.
Dark brown.
The listening to myself
Words.
threw me off. No, you with your phone, your monitor. But if you take and add like dark blues or browns or anything like that, even purples into orange, yeah, you'll get a brown.
Yeah. Okay. So probably more in the reddish hue then.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? In the tattoo bottle ink, I always thought dark red looked like brown. All the time.
Get a color wheel. Mix around.
Mix around?
Yeah, you can get a color wheel. You see complementaries and all that stuff, and then you start mixing opposites. See what colors you get.
You talking about the secondary colors ish? Like red, green, purple, orange.
I'm actually getting to the point.
Or yellow, purple. It's yellow, purple. Orange is green. No. Red and green.
If you should know how to mix colors.
I do. I used to do, I would only get like red, blue, and yellow, and then black and white. And I used to just work with those for a while. But now
So how do you make brown then?
it's a mixture of everything, but the easiest is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just a mixture
you
of
can,
everything.
but I mean, if
And
you want
then
to
it
get a
depends
certain
on, like-
tone, like you
Yeah.
find and if you want a cool version of it, or if you want a warm version of it.
Yeah. I know that. I just know what was it? My art teacher was like, yeah, brown easiest way is like a darkerish orange. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's kind of right. But it does depend on what kind of brown you want.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like the purplish browns. I think those are pretty. Let's see. So it's a fairly good color. I think I'm gonna have to add a little more purple. For sure though.
Fox TWT, thank you very much. Yeah, they were fun drawings to do for Heath and Austin.
What drawings you do for him?
I did graphite sketches of their new children.
Oh, it was, yeah, those were cute.
And forgot to take pictures of them.
Do you get a lot of people asking you for those kind of things?
Like commissions?
Yeah, like realism portrait work stuff.
Sometimes. A lot of times I just kind of, if I don't have time, or which I don't often, just tell them no, I don't have time. And certain people, I fit it in.
Makes sense.
do what I can.
I used to do a lot of chibi commissions, and I was like, ugh. I would always take them home too, and that was never a good idea because it would always be a lot later than it should be. Lately, I've been actually way better about it, but I always think like
take them home?
So when I used to do the comic and anime conventions, I would do commissions there right in front of everyone. So I would always have a list of people, and I would draw their little chibi selves, and I always underestimated how much I could always take because some take like 5 minutes, where others I take way too much time on.
Oh, yeah.
I like put a lot of time and detail into it, so I started just charging more.
Right.
My ex got after me for that one time.
For charging more?
Well, not me personally, but he was for me defending that idea because he wanted to get this one sketch from this lady that did beautiful head up girls and stuff.
Head up girl.
Or like portrait,
okay.
like here.
Portraits, yeah. Busts.
Busts, there. That's what I meant. But she did beautiful. Nancy says everyone says hi. Hello.
Hello. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Sorry I'm not there.
Sorry. Where was I? Busts. Ooh. Busts. And he wanted to get a commission thing by her, and she was like, "All right, well, $140 or something like that."
Which isn't bad. Which isn't bad.
It isn't. Yeah. So he came to me kind of furious about it, and I was like, "That's actually not that bad." And considering how good she is, I bet she gets a ton of people wanting to do that. You know. And he was getting all pissy. He I don't know. Bless his heart, but he was just odd. He was also one of those people where if I try to promote his art, I guess he got embarrassed or something.
So he's an artist too? And he was still bitching about price?
Yeah.
That sucks. I mean, everybody has their thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I get it, but
I understand, but I'm just like, it's not that bad. But it's also, it could be very different for people who aren't in the scene. Like, I've been doing it long enough to where I was like, oh, I understand the process. But sometimes it's like, I don't know. I guess people get all butthurt about being denied something, or they think they have a right to things, which
it's usually the fact that they're not necessarily mad at the artist. I mean, they come off mad at the artist, but what is really going on is mentally they're mad that they can't afford it, or they're embarrassed, so the only appropriate way they know how to express that is to be mad. It's human psychology.
It is weird. It's funny though. I think it's definitely an interesting experience. But yeah, no, it was just really hard to take him to conventions because I tried to promote his work, and I was helping him out learn Photoshop and do digital illustrations like I was. And I told him, I'm like, hey, just put your stuff out there. Just start making stuff. I'll help you sell things and blah, blah, blah.
Is that what he wanted to do though?
Yeah. Yeah, he would express it, but then I would try teaching him things, and he would kind of get upset about it. But it was like, what was it? Oh no, it was just strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can't want it for the other person.
Yeah.
If they want to, they'll pick it up. If not, then you just move on with your life, and you give them an opportunity.
I've definitely learned that lesson from him. But nah, it was good though. It was good experience under those kind of situations. It's just I think he worried about a lot of things.
Well, you can't. You can't fix that. Like, if somebody worries, they worry.
Nah. It was kind of like, that was a hard lesson definitely to learn. But then once after that, I've been very mindful of it. Trying to do the best that I can. It's funny, I don't know. I've definitely learned a lot about you can't save anybody but yourself.
In singing tone only?
Basically. It's a musical now. But but I feel like that's a hard one because everyone's always like, you gotta sacrifice yourself kind of deal. Or at least, like, my mom always kind of installed that in me when I was younger. I think I took after her a little bit more. And to a point, she has a point, but I didn't understand the, like, where the point wasn't okay, I think it was.
I mean, there's a level, like, if you're going to be, I mean, are you talking, like, a relationship?
Yeah, well, any relationship, even friendships.
Yeah,
I feel like can be that way, definitely.
I don't think a healthy relationship is one where you change yourself at all.
Really? Why not?
Because you should be you.
Yeah, but you can be a better you.
Yes, but it shouldn't be a sacrifice. Like, if you grow, that's something else.
Yeah.
Growing and sacrifice are two different things.
What do you mean by sacrifice, in your term?
What do you mean by sacrifice? You're the one that brought it up.
Well,
the word sacrifice means giving up things and...
Yeah, I let him basically choose everything of myself. I gave myself up a little bit. For, like, trying to keep the happiness between the two.
Yeah, no, I don't believe in that at all. I think you either work or you don't. I mean, in a relationship, work-wise, romantic, any of that, yeah, there's a certain level of work that you have to put into it, and understanding and all that stuff. It's basically a two-man boat, and you get to row one oar. If you're not giving 100% and the other person's not giving 100%, then the boat just goes in circles.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I've been in those relationships. I've been in the relationships where I was the only one rowing too, and those burn out really quick. And I've been in the relationships where I didn't row at all, and those burn out very quick as well. But I think, you know, and I'm not sure if there's a perfect one or not, but obviously I've never been in one. But I think there should be a goal, and both people are willing to give 100% to it, and
a goal?
And accept, like, a point. Yeah, a goal. Like, you have to have the same kind of goals, the same direction.
Oh,
otherwise,
like want to go the same place?
Otherwise you're just going to be rowing in circles again. One person wants to go to the east bay and the other wants to go to the west, and it's like, yeah, nope.
Birds of a feather flock together.
Nope. Mom says work together. Exactly.
Yeah, I believe in that.
But yeah, I wouldn't classify it as like a sacrifice. That means like you're giving up something that you want to do for someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that. No.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It
like
I
believe what you're saying. Yeah, I don't believe that you should at all.
Oh, okay.
I said I don't believe in that because that's what my past relationship was. Like, I did that before.
Yeah.
Now it's more of I need to grow to better myself and then do my best to, like, I don't know. Just trying to be a little aware of myself than anything.
Like self-aware?
Ew. No, I'm kidding.
Self-aware?
Yeah.
Why?
No.
What's wrong with being self-aware? Self-aware is good.
No, it is good. I agree.
You can never better yourself unless you know what you're doing wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
And no amount of someone else pointing things out to you will ever change that, because the reality is, if people, because I mean, when I was a kid, this is a perfect example. My dad used to get on my ass for doing different things, which
different things,
like
sidetrack,
just
stuff,
being a shithead, or like not picking up after myself, or just not being respectful, any of these, a number of things, not doing chores but still expecting my allowance. You know allowance? What I mean? Sorry. If I did my chores, which were hardly ever, but they were awesome. They still helped me. So like, I didn't want to do homework, and like say I had to do homework every night. I had to sit at the table and do homework. I didn't want to do it. I wasn't, so I just blew it off. And my dad would go, where's your homework? Did you do homework? You're supposed to do homework, or whatever it is, and he would get on my ass, and it would frustrate him, and then it would frustrate me too, because I'm like, Dad's just on my ass all the time. He's such an asshole because he wants me to do stupid homework that I don't want to do.
Yeah.
So it was just butting heads, because I wasn't self-aware of, shit, you probably should do your fucking homework. Or, it works better if it's like every day I come home and I'd throw my book bag on the floor, right? And my dad's just like, or my mom would say, just put it on the coat rack. Okay. And then the next day I come home, what do? I throw it on the floor. Because whatever, I'm excited, I want to watch cartoons, I want to get a snack, I want to do anything but homework or put my shit away. So they would get after me, and rightfully so. Just pick up the fucking book bag. But I wouldn't, because my mind was somewhere else. But they were frustrated. I was frustrated because they were mean, and which they weren't. They just wanted me to do shit. And until I was like, oh, the house, it looks stupid, or, I trip over a book bag and I'm like, why the fuck is, hurt myself. And they're like, yeah, because the book bag's on the floor. If you pick it up, it wouldn't happen. Like, oh, I do that. So then I would be mindful of it. But like, no amount of someone, my parents, to their avail, would, it wouldn't sink in until something happened to me, until I recognized it. And then it was like, oh, pick up your fucking, I gotta pick up my shit or I'm gonna fucking fall down, break my ass. So it's just one of those things. Like, but the more self-aware you are, the more you can better yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure. I could see how it would stick in your mind better. I know when my parents were kind of going through the divorce, I think my sister and I kind of not lost track. Like, I actually failed in math, and they didn't really care about grades anymore, so it was like, meh. I just did whatever I wanted. Recently, I've kind of come to terms with cleaning a little bit more, because it used to give me this weird anxiety all the time.
Yeah, I know. You've talked about that.
Yeah, no, it's strange. It's funny now to me, because, like, it makes me a lot happier that I'm a lot better than what I was. It like, I could see why it stresses out. Like, I've like I said, I've hired maids to come in and clean my room. I paid $100 3 times. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I can't do that. Like, there's no way
I think
pay
I
somebody
trained my brain
pick
to
up
like
my shit.
ignore it, but I've noticed that it does come in hand with my depression and stuff, or when I used to have it. I'm not sure if it's a thing that stays or not. Like, I don't feel it as much anymore. It's more like weather. But like before, it would, like, I had this weird aching all the time, and I'm glad I left that place. Good God, I felt bad. I left the apartment complex with the super glue still stuck to the counter, which I paid extra for to help. It was bad. And there was henna and paint all over the carpets too. But
Yeah. I'd fucking flip my lid if I had to pay for shit like that.
but I think it was more like I would have these episodes of just like pain, so I was just like, I need to do something now or something. And then I would just forget about it. So it's definitely been a, and I mean, I think I could always get better. Everyone can if they choose to.
Yeah.
But now I like having kind of an order together.
Yeah. I couldn't live like that.
I don't think no one really could. I think I ignored it for a long time.
I once had some, like, a friend I was living with for a short while, and the nicest way I could say was they were really, really, really fucking messy. Like, wouldn't clean up after themselves, wouldn't clean up after their pets. Fuck, dude. Like, first of all, I don't like pets in the house. And that's with me saying Signy lives in the
Huge ass
house.
dog.
I hate the fact that the dog is so spoiled that she won't live outside anymore.
Oh, that's right. She used to live outside. I forgot about that.
Yes. Yeah. But I moved to the desert where she couldn't live outside.
Yeah, that's
so
death.
I've
definitely almost fainted out there twice.
Yeah, sometimes. But no,
You and son.
off track. So, like, not a fan of animals and all that stuff in the house at all. The idea is way better than the actual reality of it. But said person wouldn't pick up after their animal and, like, just let them run loose throughout the house, like, fucking get into all my shit. They actually just they decided that the cat litter room was going to be my studio, so there was just cat litter all over the fucking floor, and, like, that's basically like
your
bacteria.
Studio with, like, all your paintings.
All my
and
paintings
stuff?
and yeah. I love that cat, and I loved my friend. I still love my friend and still love that cat. But there was a point where I would have stabbed both of them in the fucking eye with an ice pick.
Damn. Did you told them everything on that?
Oh yeah,
you
we
didn't
had
want
a
it there?
blow up, and they just didn't see what the fucking problem was. Like, they would throw, like, dirty Kleenexes on the floor, and they're just like, "What? I'll clean it up later." It would be like a month later, and I'm like, "What the fuck, dude?" Like,
Ew, Kleenex, like, used?
yeah,
Snot
like
rags?
snot rags and, like, just plates laying everywhere with food on them forever, just shit like that. Like, I couldn't. Just couldn't. So, like, I'm one of those people from that experience, and I've always been kind of a neat freak to a certain degree,
Mm-hmm.
but that escalated it to a new level where I'm like, nope, like, I will not live with anybody else ever again because fuck this. Like, I only have control over myself, and like, if shit gets out of whack, it takes me 5 seconds to clean up because I usually am good with like taking care of things right off the bat. Like, if I use dishes, I put them direct or rinse them off and put them in the dishwasher usually right afterwards. But I'm also a single guy, so I'll use a plate and a fork and a cup, and that's it. Like, but like when friends stay and shit like that, that's cool. Like, it doesn't bother me. Until a point, and I'm like, all right, it's been more than a week. You gotta go. Because it's so weird to like just be like, all right, you're messy. Get the fuck out.
Focused way too hardcore on that shoulder for.
Mom's like, oh, I know who that is. That's nasty. Yeah. I mean, and it's a whole different. Like, I was just raised like, keep things clean, keep things neat. Like, not like we were poor or anything like that, but like, we didn't necessarily have a lot, so we just like took care of what we had, so we didn't have to go out and buy a bunch of shit. And it's really hard to do that when, just because like, when you're not taking care of your things, it's easier to forget, get broken, and whatever. Kind of careless with stuff. So I've always been not like, I don't know, meticulous, but just take care of my shit.
Yeah, it makes sense. As you should be. I've definitely had friends where it would be more of like an OCD hindrance sometimes.
Yeah, where it like kind of is actual detrimental to their like daily life.
Yeah, like their mood would switch real quick. Actually, Max is one of those now that I think about it too.
How so?
Oh, he would snap if it was messy. Unless it was his mess, he wouldn't really care.
Yeah.
But then also with like cooking, he had a particular way for every single thing. So even if I did the thing that he wanted, he would get after me for doing it the wrong way. When it's like, he yelled at me for trying to cut an apple, and he's like, "You're not supposed to cut an apple this way. It's done XYZ." And I was like, "You do it then." Like,
yeah.
Fine.
Well, that's a whole control thing too, and that seems like it.
Like it's like I don't know.
They
it's
learned
strange.
it. They learned it a certain way, so that is the way it should always be done.
Although he did explain to me a little bit how it kind of was just one of those things from childhood that he was afraid that bad things were gonna happen if he didn't do things a certain way.
Oh, that's beyond. Yeah, I don't have.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. No.
That
Definitely
doesn't-
not.
That doesn't.
No. But I've definitely been with like the guy like that, and it's funny because I would do everything his particular way, but it'd still be wrong all the time, no matter
You're
what.
just looking for a reason to like bitch or fight.
Maybe, or it was just because I couldn't read his brain.
Game.
I wasn't a psychic in that sense, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think the problem was we didn't match wavelengths most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But we liked each other.
yeah. You can like a lot of people, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're good for
Yeah, but it's like once you fall in love with someone, it's kind of hard. Especially on me. It's hard for me to let go a little bit, even if it's just like a little bit of time together.
Yeah.
I've learned that about myself, and I'm trying to be a little bit better about that and being particular with people. Even though I still suck at it. At least now I'm trying to also recognize certain things too. But
Yeah.
and actually, I think the reason why, the reason why I was messy in college and everything then was because I was always over at people's places, and it was funny because they would complain if I wasn't there, and then I was there, and then they would complain, and it was just like a whole weird, I don't know, I feel like most people that go through college or even high school, if they'll have like a weird phase of not knowing what you want kind of deal. So it's understandable. I've kind of switched my brain to think
age bracket.
Yeah,
It's not
figuring out
college.
shit, but also whatever frickin' dice of suffering we were rolled with to begin with.
Explain.
Like, I believe that everyone has different challenges they have to overcome.
Sure.
Everyone's handed something different.
Yeah.
And it may not be, like, apparent at first. Like, you may have the best parents with the most wealth, but be the most, like, still the most depressed person. And,
sure.
like, not be able to take that opportunity and run with it.
Yeah, we all have...
we all have our problems. Like, everyone has their own... We all have our own, perspective of suffering in our different ways, I think. If that makes sense.
I get it.
And then we all have our things. My dad, he would, I remember he turned to me and he was all like, Margie, do you think it's hard being beautiful and finding love? And I'm like, what are you talking about, Dad? Like, you're acting like you're beautiful and stuff. And we would make...
That's harsh.
It is. No, but my dad was a very silly type, and he would just laugh. We were kind of harsh to each other in the funniest, in a funny way-ish. But he's like, no, he's like, it seems like, what do you say it? Like, ugly people seem to find love, and they're, like, the absolutely in love, and they don't worry about looks. But if someone's too pretty, sometimes, like, it could go down, or, like, it's harder to find love in that sense.
No, I wouldn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't know.
My dad's real funny that way. Looks like it's super bright on mine. I wonder if it's showing up okay. Yeah, it's showing up okay. I think her nose is too high. Bring it down a little. God damn it. Or bring the eye up, but I really like that eye. She does look like a bird here, though. Just slightly, like the nose, kind of, if I point it a little. You see what I mean, kind of?
I guess. Maybe from afar.
Maybe put a little, I think I may use reddish purple. Ooh, maybe I'll put the, no, it's not New Mexico. It's Arizona. God damn it. I was gonna put the Zia symbol, this thing that's on my wrist.
It's New Mexico.
Yeah. And then I remembered that and I was like, God damn it. I'll do one for New Mexico though. I think I'm gonna make it a lady mountain with the Zia sun coming out or something. No, oh, that sounds dope actually. I feel like that's a place where mages meet up.
What's that?
I said I feel like that's the places where mages and frickin' aliens meet up. New Mexico and Phoenix-ish.
Possibly. There are a lot of unexplained things in the desert, that's for sure. Yeah, Sig's in the back playing with her purple pig.
Purple pig. Okay, there you go. It's kind of coming back to skin color.
Mm-hmm. Got a Colonel Sanders mustache.
God damn it.
Tilly still has her pig too, like Grandma got her. That's awesome. Yeah, Sig loves that thing.
Oh, so Grandma got y'all that?
My grandma.
Yeah.
Grandma Webb got Tilly and Mom's dog, Tilly.
Yeah.
And Signe, Squeaky pigs or
I like how she knows the name of them. I remember when you first showed me that she understood what you were talking about. I was like, well, this dog's smart.
oh yeah. And you say get the purple ball and she'll get the purple ball. Get her purple pig. Get Colonel Squeakers or she's looking at me like what?
Squeakers.
Colonel Pig, which she has in her mouth right now. She loves Mr. Bill, but she destroys him every time.
Mr.
So,
Bill?
yeah. I used to buy her a Mr. Bill doll. Every time she'd bite it, he'd go, oh no! There you go. She loved it so much that I was that dumbass that bought like 2 or 3 of the damn things. And on the third one, like I brought it home and she ripped it in half in like 5 minutes. I was like, that's it, we're done. No more. No more ever again.
Yeah, I'd always buy Inkwell shit, but she will never play with them. Except laser pointers. Of course, she's a cat, and
Yeah.
it's understandable. But laser pointers are her go-to. There we go, okay. Just needed to angle it a little. Dancing just to want you to get your son. Humbug.
Thank you, I appreciate it. On both the you're stupid talented and it's a really cool painting. It's cool so far. We'll see. We'll see.
Like the stupid talented part.
I'm more of the stupid.
Are you just ending there?
Yeah.
No. Nah, you smart. Stubborn, but smart.
Leads to the stupid part sometimes.
But isn't everyone stupid in their own sense?
I suppose. I don't know.
We don't know everything. How could we? Well, I mean, Apple, but... or Google, but that doesn't really count.
Say what?
Like, we don't know everything, but we also have Google. But then I was like, that doesn't really count either, though.
Too much information will make you stupid as well.
True that. We are at 55.
Well, I see there being potential to actually finishing this fucking thing tonight. Means I'll be painting till 3 o'clock, but I'm just the man for the job.
How long would you say you've worked on this one?
Today?
Well, overall, but today too. Today too.
Too fucking long.
Yeah.
Maybe not too long. I don't know. I like where it's going. this is just one of those paintings that I've would work on for, 15, 16 hours and then set it aside because another project had a deadline and this was just something that I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it kept getting pushed back. So
I see.
I honestly couldn't even guess how many hours I have in this stupid thing.
I always have a hard time going back to old things unless I finish them or I'm working on it consistently.
Yeah.
Definitely. I try to make it a point to finish things, even though, like, I literally said before this, I'm like, I think I'm gonna give up on this painting. And I'm like, no, you can't do that. You know you have a good idea somewhere in there.
Let's see,
I'm trying not to be that way anymore, especially as an artist. Even if it doesn't look all like, even though I'm going to try to make it look as good as I possibly can stand it to look, I think it's important to finish stuff a little bit. Even though I still struggle.
.008 spices, nice. Thank you, sir. I try. And sometimes succeed. Yeah. To me, I used to struggle and fight and spend, weeks and months and all that shit working on things that took more time to basically dig out of a hole. You know what I mean? Nowadays, like, I think I have the right level of discernment of, if it's not going to work, I'll black it out. I'll black it out right as soon as I know that it's not going to work and it's not what I want it to be. Certain things, I'll fight and struggle with it because I have to.
It's your baby.
No, not necessarily that.
No?
Most of the time it's, usually it's commission style work.
That stuff you can't quite give up if you want to.
Yeah. But if there's a better way, I'll do it. But for my own projects or where I actually have control of certain things, I'll be like, this will be way better. It will work out better. It's going to be more dramatic. It'll look cooler. Yeah, I'll cut the head off of something real quick.
Yeah, I've done that plenty of times. I think I've gotten to the point where I'm okay with it, though. I notice some people struggle, like they can't let go.
Yeah, see.
And then it's like an endless loop for them.
Yeah, and that's where I'm like, as soon as I know it's not going to work, that's it. Like, done. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's like, oh, it's not going to work.
Just gotta know when.
Let go, yeah.
Let it go. I'm not even gonna start.
Yeah, please. I know Star Wars is Disney, but
does that irk you?
I've
actually been curious about that. Or do you like them ish?
I don't care one way or the other.
Fair.
I mean, I don't let certain things like rule what I like and what I don't like. I mean, if I like a car and if it's made by Honda, I'd be like, it's still a fucking cool car. I don't care what company came out with it. If it's cool, it's cool. Same like if a movie comes out and it's whatever produced or distributed by Miramax, that I'm not gonna make that, like, oh, I really want to see that movie, but it's Miramax. No.
So you're gonna
Who
close
gives a
yourself
shit?
from something possibly good? Yeah. No,
Exactly. It's like, I think
just for a title?
I think Disney just bought Fox.
No way.
Yeah, so like 20th Century Fox put out, I think, yeah, they put out Rocky Horror Picture Show. So Rocky Horror, or Frankfurter, the main character, is basically a Disney princess now.
Great, I love it.
You know what I mean?
No,
like in
I
my
support it.
eyes,
I
like
think that's
he's
great.
Tim Curry is.
It's great. He makes
Yeah.
a lovely Disney princess. Strange, but okay.
My stream cut off and I didn't even say bye. Whoops.
Oh, whoops. Well, I guess it's about that time on here too. So
Yeah.
like, follow, subscribe, and then see us on Sunday.
Yeah. Sunday.
Bye.
Boy.
And